He took his daughter and he sliced her head off on the staircase of the house, and her blood like a sheep running through.
The day of Islam will not come about until the Muslim fight the enemy. Even the rocks and the trees will cry out, Abdullah, Muslim, behind me, infidel, come behead him.
ما هي أمانيكم الموت في سبيل الله. What is your desires? To die for the cause of Allah. Dying for the cause of Allah became, part of our daily bread. Because the Quran clearly said, وَلَا تَحْسَبَنَّ الَّذِينَ قُتِلُوا فِي سَبِيلِ اللَّهِ أَمْوَاتٌ بَلْ أَحْيَاءٌ عِنْدَ رَبِّهِمْ يُرْزَقُونَ. Do not think that the ones who die in the cause of Allah are dead, but are alive with Allah receiving His blessings.
I was coming back from a battlefield with two warriors with me. One boy, one girl. And we were ambushed. In an ambush, everyone runs for his life. When I was right behind the rocks, the girl was next to me, the guy was not there. I looked above the rocks to see how many are attacking us, and when and where is the boy? I need him right there and then. He was right there in the middle of the road, injured, still alive. The girl decided to help him, I refused. She looked at me in a very strange way. I could never forget it. Pick up her machine gun, jump above the rocks, walks towards the injured guy, shooting, shouting, reaching to him, grabbing him by the shoulder, lifting him up, backing up while she's shooting and shouting. And I thought that I'd be less than an animal if I don't do something and help. So I did the same. I jump above the rocks, walked, shoot, shout, reach, grab, pack up, and push backwards. Only a couple of feet before we reached almost behind the rocks, the girl tumbled over me. I grabbed her with the other guy, pushed them like in a militant way behind the rocks. The eyes of the girl were flapping so quick, and her mouth was wide open. And when I opened her jacket, in her left side, there was a wound the size of my fist. And I knew that she was in great agony. So as calm as I was, I picked up my pistol and I shot her down. Then I flipped. I pick up her machine gun in mine, jump above the rocks, walk toward the others, shooting, shouting, really mad. What happened was, against all kind of military training, they were sitting next to landmines. One of my bullets hit the landmines, killed a lot of them, gave me a couple of shrapnels on the forehead. I woke up later on in the hospital.
I remember the first honor killing that happened. I was a young teenager. Everybody went to watch. The girl supposedly did something wrong. And the father invited the entire community to come and witness the cleansing of the name of the family. He took his daughter and he sliced her head off on the staircase of the house, and her blood like a sheep running through. They came and they told us the details. There was a little piece of skin left in the back of her neck, and all the school were talking about it like nothing happened.
I became a recruiter. I started recruiting other children. Muhammad, next door neighbor, he wanted to be just like me, and he went to his mother, Fatima, and he said, I want to be like Kamal. And Fatima came to me, she said, as long as you bring him back safe and sound, do whatever you want with him. We took him, we trained him. 7 years old, we went again to Israel. And now I'm telling them, what are we going to do? We're going to be coming back and we're going to be heroes. And they're going to hail us as the Superman of this new generation. And these kids were celebrating, and we went all the way to the Syrian heights. We descended down in the Golan Heights, and we went into those tunnels. This time, when we manifested over there, the sheep were laying on the ground dead. And so is the shepherd. And it was just one of those slow frame picture. What happened? And all of a sudden, they start unleashing on us. Rockets start falling down. And James Bond that day started crying out, Mama, 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 where are you? I wet my pants all over. That soldier were no more a shoulder, he was a child. My knees start knocking together. That day, Muhammad took shrapnel right through his esophagus, went through his back, and he rolled his eyes back and he fell to the ground. And I cried out, "No, not you, Muhammad! I promised your mom I'll bring you back home alive." The only thing that came to my back, to my mind, is throw him on your back and take him back home. And I threw him on my back, locked between his feet, and I'm running. And those bullets were coming down, hitting us, the mortar falling down next to us, here and here. And we were falling down, one after the other. That day, when we arrived at the Syrian border, the Syrian military started firing back, exchanging fire with the Israeli military. I dropped Muhammad to the ground, and I sat right there like this, and I started speaking to him. "Muhammad, wake up! I promised you, Mom, I'm taking you home." I start opening to his eyes and looking to his eyes. "Muhammad!" Muhammad was nowhere to be found. That day I found holes, gauging hole in his body. The child that I'm supposed to save, he saved my life.
One time they bring this very, very religious guy to my group. He started knocking on our doors at 3 o'clock in the morning for the first prayers. I reach up to him in the kitchen next day, put my hand around his shoulder. This is very friendly, and says, "Don't wake me up at 3 o'clock in the morning. I don't want to come to the prayers at 3 o'clock in the morning." He looked at me in a very stiff way and said, "My duty is to come and wake you up. It's up to you to come to the prayers or not." I looked at him in a very challenging way and said, "You come and knock on my door at 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm going to shoot you." He knocks on didn't believe me, knocks on my door at 3 o'clock in the morning. I pick up my 9mm from under my pillow and look at the door, measure with his chest and shoot him through the door and go back to sleep. As simple as that.
America, America, arise, wake up, open your eyes. Today, the message been served in this house.